Good morning. Good morning. Hi, cubies and newbies. I am Sunshine. What am I looking at? This is the ABCube method for solving Rubik's Cubes, and I'm the ABCube tutor. Can everybody hear me okay? It just says my default device has been updated. Okay. Looks like everything's fine. Up to date. Okay, this is the ABCube method for solving Rubik's Cubes, and this is Formula A is 4 moves, Formula B is 8 moves. With these two patterns, you can solve every complexity Rubik's Cube without learning a variety, many algorithms. Formula A and Formula B will solve all of them. And every complexity cube, and my air conditioner just came on. If anybody has trouble hearing me, tell me and I'll go turn it off. So there's no order of operations, but I do the corners first, because no matter which cube you have, each of your cubes has 8 corners, and we treat all of the cubes the exact same way. So the first thing I do is the corners. With the corners done, the 2x2 is solved, and every other cube, the corners dictate which color each face is going to be. So from this point forward, there is a correct place for every spot. Instead of pairing things up, you can just throw them where they want to be, and they will land and pair themselves up. So the reductions method is unnecessary. This method does not have an algorithm for parity, because it's not needed. Parities can be very fun, but they're a lie. The cube doesn't need them, and they're all caused by the exact same thing. So they can all be dissolved in the exact same way. Quick overview before I start. Formula A, 4 moves. Usually the bottom row on the right column. We'll twist these two corners around. We'll flip these two corners and twist them as they go around. Formula A with the middle row and middle column does boxes. So, out, down, in, up. That's what Formula A does. Out, down, in, up. And for the corners, out, down, in, up. 1, 2, as I said, you can twist your corners that way. 3, 4, and anytime you want to twist your twisting corners, when it's the way you want it to be, you can slide it out of the way, continue with the same row and column to finish out your 6 set, and only the pieces on top will have been altered. The rest of the cube is unchanged. Formula B is top row 2 columns, and moves 3 pieces around. A top row and outside columns moves corners. Top row and outside and an inside column move edge pieces, is whatever intersects on the top, and 2 inside columns move centers around. But it's the same muscle memory. It is the slide up, slide down, slide down. So with the corners done, then I've been looking for yellow and white I did the yellow corners, then the white corners. So to continue, I'm just going to keep looking for the yellow and white on my cube. So I'm holding the cube with yellow and white corners left and right. I look for pieces in the middle that have yellow or white, and I use them. I place them 1 piece at a time. Place them 1 piece at a time, directly where they want to be. And so then, so the next step here is that the opposite edges are going to be solved. So they will place themselves in between the respective corners. So yellow and white are left and right. This is not a yellow or white. Here's one. I'll pick one. But I want my active color to be on top, so I flip the cube like this. Yellow and white are still left and right. And then this is the piece that I'm going to place. So I bring the corners to the top, corners to match the front, sorry, and whatever color is on top determines which direction it's going to go. So the red and yellow will be placed above the red and yellow something corner, not the red and white something corner. So this piece is going to land in this, above this corner. It's going to land in this column. So top row, first column is where it's going to land, second column is where it begins. So these are the two columns I'm going to use. The rest of the cube stays stationary. So I move it out, up, in, up, out, down, in, down, and that cube is placed. And lather, rinse, repeat. I keep doing that for as long as there's any yellow or whites in the middle. Active color on top, corners match the front. It's going to determine its direction. And this is the first column, this is the second column. So away from the action, up, in, second up, away, down, in, down, and there it is. Okay, there's another piece. This is not a speed solve method, this is not a fewest moves method, but it is the simplest thing to learn that works on every complexity cube. Most methods out there will make you learn all of these things for 3x3, and then when the 4x4 comes along, you have to learn more things to make your 3x3 look like a 4x4 look like a 3x3, and then solve. So which seems to me to be double solve, as opposed to just a direct solve where you just place each cube where it belongs as you find it. So these are not yellow or white. This here's a white. I want it to be on top, and I want yellow and white as dictated by the corners to be left and right. So corners match to match the front. It's going in this direction. This piece, both of these pieces can move out, so I'm going to put this piece, use these as treat this as one piece to move both of them out at the same time. Up, up, down, just because there's no more moves, no more turns, so it's easily done. Here's a yellow. Okay, yellow and white are left and right. Bring the corners to match the front. Determine its direction, and then away, first up, in, second up, away, first down, second down. So if you pay attention to it, for every left there's a right, for every up there's a down. So it's a mathematical zero. You're only moving the pieces you want to be moving, and every other move is horizontal. Every horizontal is the reverse of the one before it. So there's a lot of, it's like I said, mathematical zero. Corners match the front. It's going in this direction. Slide up, slide second up, slide down, slide down. Okay. No yellow or white here, or here, or here, but here's one. Okay, and for as long as there's a yellow or white in the middle, I place it to the sides, and when there's no more yellow or white in the middle, then I assess. So this corner is going over here. Okay, slide up, slide up, slide down, slide down. Okay, and here's another one. And we're only looking at the edge pieces. The corners are already placed, so we're using them. Corners match the front. It's going in this direction. Both of them want to come out, so I'll treat them both. Up, up, down, down. Okay, we're ignoring the centers. Those don't matter. And we'll just pick a piece. And lather, rinse, repeat. Same thing over and over again. Just find a piece in the middle. Doesn't belong. Corners match the front. Throw it in the direction it wants to be. Up, up, down, down. Okay, find another piece. Set up, corners match the front, determine its direction. Okay, both of these want to come out, so I'm going to move them at the same time. Up, up, down, down. Good morning, school bus. How are you? Nice to see your name. Okay, so yellow and white are left and right. There's one. No, none here, none here. Here's one. On top, corners match the front. It's going in this direction. Up, up, down, down. We're not doing today Actually, let's see how many people we have here today. Good morning. Thank you for joining me. There's... This is the ABCube method for solving Rubik's Cubes. I'm I'm the ABCube tutor. My name is Sunshine, and this is just a demonstration of my method. It's not a speed solve method. It's not a fewest moves method, but it works on every complexity cube, and it's easy to learn. You can learn it inside of 2 hours. So yellow and white are left and right. Find a piece that's yellow or white in the middle. We're working on the edges today. Corners match the front. It's going in this direction. Slide up, slide down, slide down. And so the Formula A is just 4 moves, real easy to learn. Formula B is 8 moves, but it's done more often than Formula A, so with the repetition it's easy to remember. So whether you're following along with me, a good muscle. I learn with muscle memory. So if you're learning my method, what a good thing to do is just with the cube in your hand, whatever it looks like, ignore the colors and just follow along with the formulas, the Formula B that I'm doing, so you can get hand motion, muscle memory to play with there. School bus. Zoom is being reserved for Friday evenings or Saturdays, when it can be more of a show and tell. All right, so yellow and white are left and right. These are not yellow or white. 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 Okay, so when there's no more yellow or white in the middle, then we look to see whether everything is correct. The opposite edges are done. They either will be or they won't be, because anything that I've placed in the correct spot, but some things that may have been there before that I haven't gotten to yet. So for example, the white is happy, but there's a lot of places on the yellow side where they're not correctly placed. And what's due in that situation is another Formula B. We're going to displace one of the incorrect pieces, and then that will move that piece out to the middle where it can then be worked on. So this is the piece that I'm going to apply it to, so one of these pieces is going to land in this spot. So yellow and white left and right, away, up, in, and then where it lands is my second up. And that put a random piece into the spot that was incorrect, moving this incorrect spot out where I can work with it. Corners match the front, it's going in this direction. Actually, both of these want to be moved out, so I can move at the same time. Up, up, down, down. Okay. And keeping yellow and white left and right. Find a piece. Corners match the front. It's going in this direction. So, out, up, in, up, out, down, in, down. Okay. And again, we keep going for as long as there's a yellow or white anywhere in the middle area. Corners match the front, this direction, up, down, down. And now, when there's no more yellow or whites, we're ignoring the centers, we're only looking at edges. Now we look at it, and the whites are happy, and the yellows are happy. So that's the opposite edges done. Demonstrate on this one as well. Yellow and white are left and right. Okay. Find a yellow or white in the middle. Corners to match the front. Determine its direction. It's going in this direction. Slide up, slide down, slide down. And we're just placing pieces one at a time. Yellow or white are left and right. Corners to match the front. Determine its direction. Up, slide down, slide down. Like I said, it's not speed, not fewest moves, but it works on every complexity cube. It also works on every complexity minx. Formula A brings a piece to the top, twists corners around, and Formula B moves 3 pieces around, and that's all you ever need to do. Parodies are its own separate case, but parodies are a lie, so you don't have to play with them. You can play with them all you want to, but the cube is inherently honest. And if you have a parody, I usually have a parody pre-made here that I can show you. If you have a parody, it's caused by the center being a quarter turn off. Twist the center a quarter turn, parody dissolves. So you can play with parodies, or you can not play with parodies, but it's usually faster and easier to dissolve the parody with a single quarter turn than it is to use a parody algorithm at the end. Up, up, down, down. This is not yellow, white, or yellow. This is a white or yellow. Okay, corners match the front. This direction. Slide up, slide up, slide down, slide down. Here's another one. Corners match the front. Going to the left is B as written. Going to the right is the mirror of each movement for B. It's the same principle. The piece moves away from where the action is. This first up is where it's going to land, then it comes in, and the second up is where it began. So it's going this direction, so out, up, in, up, out, down, in, down. Okay, this is not white or yellow, this is not white or yellow, this is not white or yellow. Okay, and then at which case we assess. The white's edges are between their respective corners, and most of them are for here, but we have one piece that's incorrect, so we're going to displace that piece, again with formula B. Okay. This piece is going to come in here, so away, up, in, down, and that puts it into the middle where we can work with it, and then we will place it correctly. Slide up, slide down, okay, and so opposite edges are done, and we set the center, and do the same thing with this one. Yellow and white are left and right. Find a piece in the middle that has yellow or white on it. Active color on top. Yellow and white are left and right. Corners to match the front. Determine its direction. It's going this way. Okay. And see if any. Okay, and we can. The centers can rotate freely while you're doing the opposite edges. So it doesn't take doesn't take but a unit of time to see whether you can place all of them at the same time. So I'm going to treat these as one piece. It's going over here. So out, up, in, up, out, down, in, down. And look for the next yellow or white in the middle. Okay. Corners match the front. It's going in this direction. Let's look and see if any more line up magically. 1, 2, 3, they do not. So, going in this direction. This one also wants to move, so let's just treat these as one piece. It's sometimes advantageous to move as large pieces as you can, because you're placing one piece and other pieces might automatically fall into place. But, again, just formula A, formula B, corners match the front. And every cube is solved the exact same way. So this corners match the front is going in this direction. All three of these want to move. So 1, 2, 3. Okay, so we'll just random pieces in here to move these pieces out. Up, down, down. If anyone has any questions or comments, or you want to tell me where you're watching from, or what your favorite cube is, or what your average solve time is, those are always fun to know. You're welcome to interrupt me and talk to me. Corners match the front. It's going in the yellow direction. Check the other sides real quick. 1, 2, 3. So let's just nothing. So this corner is going over here. These pieces are both moving out, but I don't have a random piece in the middle, so we're just going to use this piece. Slide up, slide up, because it doesn't really help to switch an outside color for an outside color. So find another piece, bring the corners to match the front. Yellow and white are left and right as dictated by the corners. It's going in this direction. 1, 2, 3 other sides may be helpful. Nope. 1, 2, 3, nothing helpful. So this is going over here. So just this piece. Up, up, down, down. Okay. We'll treat these two together because they happen to magically show themselves together. Corners match the front. It's going in this direction. See if the other one lines up. It does. Okay. So these are going over in this direction. Slide up, slide up, slide down, slide down. Okay. This one going over here. Okay. This piece wants to be over here. So let's see. 1, 2, 3. Nope, nothing helpful. So just this piece over into the, we're going to throw a random piece into this one too, so move it out. So up, up, down, down. And again, it's just more of the same. Bring a piece, find a piece. Yellow or white, active color on top, yellow and white left and right. Corners match the front, determine its direction. See if there's any more to line up. 1, 2, 3. Nope, not helpful. And then it's going in this direction, but this one wants to move out as well. Up, up, down, down. And lather, rinse, repeat. Corners match the front. It's going in this direction. There it is. So I can treat these as one piece since they both want to move over here. So up, and then up and up, down, down and down. Do 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 do. Corners match the front. If you've just found me, I'm Sunshine, and this is the ABCube method for solving Rubik's Cubes. Feel free to interrupt me with any questions or comments you have. And then corners, right, there's no order of operations, but I treat them all, every cube the same way, so I do the corners first because they all have 8 corners. Then I do the edges because that solves the next simplest cube. So I'm doing the opposite edges right now. Yellow and white are left and right. I find a yellow or white edge piece in the middle, and I line it up to where it wants to be, and I throw it in the direction it wants to be. So 1, 2, okay. We'll treat these as one piece because they can line up. So these pieces are going over here. So 1 row, 2 columns. The first column is where it's going to land. The second row is where it begins. We're going to treat this as one piece, so that we're treating this as one column. Away, up, in, up. Away, down, in, down. There's another piece. Yellow and white are left and right as dictated by the corners, and so we find a yellow or white in the middle and throw it out to the side. This one's correct. This one wants to land here. 1, 2. We'll line this one up. So we're going to move both of these at the same time over to here. Slide up, slide, second up, down, down. Yellow or white, only looking for edge pieces. We're only looking for yellow or white. Hold them so the active color is on top. Yellow and white are left and right. And lather, rinse, repeat. Corners match the front. It's going in this direction. Out, up, in, up, out, down, in, down. So again, we were only using Formula A, Formula B. Formula A brings a piece to the top and twists corners around. Formula B moves 3 pieces and only 3 pieces. And that's all you need to do. So corners match the front. This one's going in this direction. Slide up, slide up, slide down, slide down. Find it for as long as there's any yellow or white anywhere in the middle, any yellow or white edge piece anywhere in the middle area, I will find it, line it up, and place it, and then move on to the next piece. Okay, so this piece is going to land. There's another white and orange somewhere free, and so I just found it. So up, up, down, down. 1, 2, 3. We've run out of yellow or whites in the middle, so now we assess. Okay. We've been placing the yellow or white centers in between their respective corners, so either they're all correctly placed now, or some of them may have been pre-existing and haven't been need to be moved out. So they're all happy. So the opposite edges are done on all 3 of these cubes, done the exact same way. So now the only next thing to do is to do the side edges, the middle band, and in order to do that, we're going to go back to working with yellow. So my white goes face down, and it's going to stay face down till the edges are all placed. So the white is correct, and the white will be there as a visual clue for which columns I'm working on, so I don't get twisted with large cubes, don't get confused. So I'm checking the sides. Some of them may be correct, and some of them are not. This one's correct, but all we got to do is find a piece that's incorrect, and we're going to displace a yellow into this spot, which will move this piece to the top, and then we'll place these follow like dominoes. So we're going to move this piece to the top so we can work with it by displacing a yellow piece. So same formula: slide up, slide down, and this yellow piece will eventually find its way back to the top layer. And when it does, we'll reassess. But in the meantime, we're just going to keep white face down. We're just going to keep working on the piece that's not yellow on top and placing it one at a time. So holding the top row, we move the rest of the cube. But this is a good time to line up your center, your absolute center, because if you don't do that now, you can get a parity. So rotating the entirety of the cube except for the top row, we're going to bring the corners to match the front. So we're ignoring the entire top except for the piece we're working on. So we're ignoring all of the yellows, and we're ignoring the top. We're only looking at the bottom corners. So these are orange, these are blue, red, green. Corners match the front, and then the top color determines which direction it's going. And so first column, second column, start by moving away. Up, up, down, down. Okay, that cube is placed. This piece is the next one to look at. Okay, bring the corners to match the front, determine its direction. Away up, in up, away down, in down. Just keep working with any piece on top that's not the top color. Corners to match the front, determine its direction. Up, up, down, down. And when the yellow comes back to the top, then we reassess, and it's solved. The yellow does not have to be if the yellow does not have to be correctly placed on the top, just has to be on the top in order to assess. So, that one's done. Let's continue with the next ones. White goes face down, working with the sides. Find a side that's incorrect, and displace a yellow piece into that space using Formula B. Okay, the white again is our visual clue for which columns we're on should we get distracted. And we're ignoring the yellows, we're ignoring the yellow on the side. We're looking only at the pieces on top that are not yellow. Corners to match the front. It's going in the blue direction. Okay, and then this piece one at a time. Slide up, slide down, slide down. Okay, find another piece on top, and repeat. Corners match the front. It's going in this direction. Slide up, slide down, slide down. This is just a piece of, it's just a visual marker so you guys can see what my eyes are following. This piece is the one I'm going to place, bring the corners to match the front. It's going in this direction. Slide up, slide up, slide down, slide down. If you're not comfortable doing the mirrors of B as written moves to from the top front to the left front. The mirror of each movement moves it to the right side. If you're not comfortable doing the mirror, then you can still use just formula B. Place them in the right spot, and don't be worried about it. It's flipped, and we can unflip them later. So yellow came back to the top, so we reassess. Not these pieces some of them are correct and some of them are not, so we find a piece that's not and displace that piece up to the top with formula B. Up, up, down, down. Okay, piece on top that's not yellow, corners to match the front. Now, if there's going to be a parity, if you're going to have a parity on your cube, it's going to show up when you're doing the side edges. So corners match the front. So we'll, and we, that's why we don't care if yellow comes up correctly, just as long as it comes to the top layer. So corners match the front. It's going in this direction. Slide up, slide up, slide down, slide down. Find another piece. Okay. Corners match the front. It's going in this direction. Slide up, slide down, and we just move 3 cubes around. Okay, and this other yellow is going to bob back and forth between where this wants to be and its opposite. So corners match the front. It's going in this direction. Up, up, down, down. Okay, find a piece on top. Corners match the front, determine its direction, slide up, slide down, and we just move 3 cubes around. Okay, corners match the front, it's going in this direction, up, up, down, down. Yellow comes back to the top, well, then we assess. First we assess if the side edges are correct. If they're not, we continue displacing a yellow into the spot. If they are, then we check the top. If the yellows are correct to each other, then the cage is done, we move forward. If not, sometimes you'll have a parity, in which case this is where you solve it. This is where you dissolve it. So let's do this. So this one did not have a parity. Let's see if this one will. White goes face down. Line up my center piece and find pieces on the side that are not correct and displace. Again, I can do this one layer at one column at a time, or I can go all the way up through the center, but not beyond the center to displace. I don't want to displace the entirety of the front row, because if there is a parity, I want to force it to be on the same column. So all of these are incorrect. I'm going to displace these yellows down. So slide up, slide, and I'm going to go all the way up to the middle, but not beyond, and down, and then I continue placing the pieces that are not yellow until the yellow comes back to the top. So one at a time, unless they're paired. Corners match the front. It's going in the green direction. Slide up, slide up, slide down, slide down. Another piece that's not yellow. Corners to match the front. Going in the blue direction. Oops. Slide up, slide down, slide down. Okay. Corners match the front. It's going in this direction. And lather, rinse, repeat. More of the same. Up, up, down, down. Another piece. Corners to match the front. It's going in the blue side. Up. Oopsie. Second up. Down, down. And just keep going for as long as there's a not yellow on the top. Corners to match the front. It's going in this direction. Up, up, down, down, and we're just placing pieces one piece at a time. There's not a lot of look ahead. There's not a lot of planning. This is very this is like I said, this is not speed solving or fewest moves. This is the secret for your non-cuber friends that just want to be able to solve it and don't really care about how fast they are. They just want to know the secret so they can solve it. This is that. Slide up, slide down, slide down. Corners match the front. It's going in the right direction. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think there's a lot of people who actually teach the cube. Most people say, go watch so-and-so on YouTube if you want to learn, because that's how they learned. So corners match the front. People generally think that other people are like them. So if one person learned by watching a YouTube video, they think that that's the best way for anyone to learn, and that's what they suggest. I learned better visually. I learned better with arrows than with having to translate the algorithms into which columns and slices we're using. Was never a strong point in my head. So yellow came back to the top, so now we assess. Okay, these sides are correct, these sides are correct, these sides are correct, these sides are correct. So we did not get a parity. If anyone has, easy for me to say. If anyone has any questions about parity, I'm happy to go through that. Otherwise, this seems like a organic pausing place. So, thank you for joining me. Bring me your non-cuber friends if you wanna. If you wanna Zoom with me, that I'm set up to do that on Friday evenings and Saturday mornings, so I can teach up to 4 people at a time, because that's how many cubes I can see. Why don't you focus? Focus. Focus. That's good. Okay. So, bring me your non-cuber friends if you want to. Come chat with me if that's fun for you. In the meantime, go have a wonderful day. Go get sunshine if you have it. Walk in the rain if you don't. Drink lots of water. Be nice to yourself. And I will be back here tomorrow. And tomorrow, I will move to the centers that need to be fixed. During the week, I tend to break it down, step by step, and then just focus on one step each day. But if I'm training someone, if I'm teaching someone, then I just cater to what they need. All right. Thank you again, and all y'all go have a good day, and I'll be back tomorrow. Bye.